Well, hello and welcome to Sunday Night Coffee Talk. So, I know that a lot of times we are cooking in the kitchen, but I've had a big weekend. So, today we're just doing a coffee chat. And eventually people will show up or not. And if not, then there is a replay. So, but tonight, like I said, it's been a huge weekend and we'll get into all of that. I've got myself a lovely iced coffee. We'll talk about that. I got a couple other things to share with you, a lot of things to share with you, actually. So I'm just double checking here. My dog is suddenly very interested in being very close, so I don't want him to knock over the camera, but I think he's okay now. So love to see how's everybody's Father's Day going. Uh, I hope that you had a lovely day. Here it is brutally hot right now. It's over 93 degrees and humid, humid, humid. Like you'd probably be fine in the shade or hanging about with like a nice icy drink if it weren't so humid. Like if it were dry, you'd be like it's hot, but you wouldn't feel like you could barely breathe and you were like gonna die outside. But right now it's super humid. Hey, Tutu Q Cat and Gigi's here. Nice to see you guys. So yeah. So super warm. Now, earlier in the day, it was in like the mid 80s or even like down all the way down to like 83. And so I did get to go out for a nice little walk outside. There were some kids playing baseball. We live right down the road from where there's like a four baseball diamonds and a great big community center and all kinds of stuff. So it's really lovely. It has a huge walking path. So there's a lot of safety there, and it's just really nice looking. So it's pleasant to go through that. Hey, Mama Bear Lynette, and awesome moderator Attila Abelowski, and best companion ever. Let's see. Mama Bear Lynette's in the middle of making dinner, and we'll miss a lot of the comments, but excited to listen in. I'm excited to hear what you're making for dinner because your food always looks so delicious. We did not have some kind of exciting food day. I finished off the egg roll in a bowl, and then I had a couple of hot dogs with some cheese and a meat stick and some cottage cheese. And then I really just didn't eat any other food, so that's where we're at. Um, yeah, so my iced coffee is nothing excited. It's just plain old iced coffee. Tilla had a nice Father's Day, just zoned out to video games, which honestly is perfect because uh, we went to Columbus Pride yesterday, met up with our favorite organizations. We walked with them and actually carried the front lead-in banner, and for our organizations, not for the entire Pride Parade, but so you get there really early in the morning so you can find parking. And then by the time you get through having coffee, line up, trying to find some place to go to the bathroom and waiting in a line for like what feels like 10 years, you've been sizzling in the sunshine for a super long time. And by the time you're done, you are pretty much over it. I mean, you're not truly ever over it, but you know what I'm saying. And as you can see, I got out without sunburn, except for one part that you can't see, and that is like right here in my temple. I sprayed, but I must have missed a little spot because I'm burned like just in this little spot right here. And it's really annoying because it's mildly itchy. But otherwise, totally fine. I wore a black mesh shirt, so it kind of helped protect me, and I was really good about putting the sunscreen on. I have a regular lotion sunscreen, but I took a hint from people who do like makeup videos and found like these little body blender things, or not body blender, makeup blender things that they use. And so we use that to put the sunscreen on, and you pat it all in with this little egg-shaped sponge thing, and it's fantastic because it gives you a nice coat. But yeah, so I was excited because also, even though I got really sweaty, it did not get in my eye. And let me tell you, sunscreen in your eye hurts. Hey, Rickwin, nice to see you. Also, I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, you will often hear people say that if you are keto, you can't get sunburned anymore. And they're lying to you. You can get sunburned. Keto is miraculously lovely for your health, but it is not a miracle. And when the sun is bright and the UV rays are high, no matter how amazing your diet is, you can still get sunburned. Uh, Now, you might have good health, and then your cells might regenerate better, helping you get over your sunburn quicker. Sure, that's a thing, but it's not magic. It's, so make sure that you protect yourself in the sunshine and you go out there and you wear your sunscreen because it's still important to do that. And let's see, Lynette says, oh, she's having steak fingers, which is a cube steak coated in pork panko and seasonings and then deep fried. And then also having turnip hash browns with the potato keto chow and green beans with smoked pork. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds way better than my hot dogs and cheese. But I was exhausted today. Oh, gosh. I was exhausted yesterday by the time we got home. And because it's Pride weekend, I was like, oh, all my friends are out. Now, not all my friends were out, but a lot of them were. And at least a couple of my favorite people actually work in some of the bars. And I was like, I'm totally going to make myself get up. I'm just going to take a little rest. And then I'm going to go out and see my friends at the bar and have a great evening. Yeah, let me just tell you, the more I sat on the couch, every time I got up, I was like, nope. My body was like, no, you sit back down. And I did. And I was so tired that even my cat was tired and was like under a blanket with me. So, hey, Keto Simple, nice to see you. I'll also tell you a little bit too about the Pride events in Columbus. We're one of the top 10 in size in the United States. So we actually had the numbers are still coming in, but they were estimating they were saying it was over 700,000 people. So, early in the morning when I was taking pictures, it looked kind of nice and spaced out. But when you see the stuff in the media, you can see where they take the overhead picture and the city is just like a sea of people. And so it's something. It's something. It's tremendous. So, and of course, there's times, first of all, it's a really high anxiety event. You worry about incidents, you think about stuff that's happened in the past, and so you have worry and stress. But then there's also that elated joy of being amongst your own people and uplifting each other and protecting each other. So there's a lot of community involvement there as well. So you get, and then sometimes they say things and you get emotional. So you have tears that well up. Uh, Sometimes when I'm walking through, people recognize me because I'm very active in the community and have been for a very long time. And, I've served on the board of Equality-Ohio. I've been president for some of our other organizations. And so, people shout out my name, and it's a thing, And I've been told before, that people feel safe when they talk to me or when they have to have questions. I've given talks with schools to help teachers understand and have sensitivity for a lot of very controversial issues. So yeah, there's a lot going on. But and Rickwin says that's a great turnout. Atlanta celebration is in October. Yeah, and Atlanta is also huge. Some year I've been down a couple times for it, but again, it's a hard October. Everything's so busy all the time for me that going on that long of a journey is a little bit hard. So yeah. So that was our day, like I said, and by the time we were done, I was like crispy critter. And even though I thought I hydrated really well, I guess I didn't, because this morning when I woke up, I don't know. It was like someone punched me in the face. My entire side of my face was just like I was throbbing. I was nauseated. Like I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna have to go back to sleep or what. But I forced myself to get up because mentally I was wide awake, and I had an espresso, and then I had a salty. I did take some ibuprofen, and then about a half an hour later, I was feeling much better, back to normal. So, for those of you who are in the Hungry Horde Squat Challenge, I had posted that yesterday was going to be my rest day. Rest. Uh, and I didn't do squats yesterday, so I had my 140 squats to do today. And let me tell you, when I woke up feeling like that, I will tell you that 140 squats seemed like the impossible task. Hey, Rob Hall, nice to see you. Wow, I missed you yesterday, but it was good seeing you not that long ago. But yeah, so anyways, I did do my 140 squats today, and by the time all was said and done, I felt much better. And in fact, I'm feeling a lot better right now. I'm definitely ready to go to bed early. But on top of that, then next week is Origins Game Fair here in Columbus, Ohio. I hear that right now they've got about 15,000 registrations. So they're growing. I don't know if it's all the way to 15,000, but it was approaching it based on ticket numbers. So, and our group does workshops where we teach people crafting. That's a toy. Dyson just growled at something on the floor, and it's a cat toy. Oh, Rob will be there too. Yeah, I got it done, and I also got all my minimum steps today too. So that was good. Oh, and Darth Carnivore's here. Hey, good to see you. You've been doing squats, but you didn't know there was a challenge associated with it. Yeah, if you join the Hungry Horde Facebook group. It's the Facebook group run by Shelly and Heath from the Hungry Heath channel. And starting in June, we started a squat challenge. We started off on June 1st with 50 squats, and each day it increases. And right now we're at 140 squats a day. So, and I'm used to doing squats, but because I've been rebuilding my fitness after I had a year where I had to contend with injury. It's definitely been a challenge. So yeah, we're doing it. I had to stop and take a breath, you guys. Going nonstop on the chat. And thank you, Lynette, for the well wishes. I appreciate that. Quick advertisement time. I do also have my big giant cup full of fluids. It's just some more electrolytes. Actually, it's nootropic. I was thinking electrolytes, but it's nootropic because it's my Gamer Sups lemonade flavor. And I did put a little YouTube out about it, but earlier when I first got my cup, I mentioned that I really liked it a lot because it was half the price of a Stanley, and I was unwilling to pay $50 for an insulated cup. It's just never ever going to happen. That's way out of my budget. Even $25 felt like a stretch, but I really did need something for like having my hydration at conventions and all that kind of stuff. So I did reach out to them. The company is called Meoky, Meoky, and it's pretty good. I had ice in here all day yesterday, sitting in the car, and when I got home, it was still full of ice. This morning, when I was so tired, I went. I had left it on my kitchen counter, and I had to dump the ice out and wash my cup so that I could get a fresh beverage. So it held it all day in the car and overnight. So very happy. Darth Carnivore says, how much are Stanley stickers? Well, if you have a Cricut, they're free. Well, not free. It would cost your materials, but yeah. So anyways, Miyoki did get back to me, and they gave me a discount code. They also gave me a direct link that will take the 10% off for you. And so that is just in the description. along with all the other stuff. Like if you buy Keto Chow, I've got the Hungry Heath link in there, so you can use that. I have a link to Sharon's embroidery product page, so that's in there. And thus ends our advertisement time. Hey, Hungry Heath. Hey, yo. Good to see you. Even though I was on your live stream earlier. I always appreciate seeing your live streams because it's nice to have the conversation going and be around other people. So I have other fun stuff to show you. One of them is a surprise for me that I got. I don't know if I can lift this giant box. Ugh. Check this out, you guys. This entire box showed up yesterday. It says fragile on it. So I opened it, but I haven't looked in it. Ugh. Let me wrestle it back down to the ground. I was just going to throw it. I was like, wait, it says fragile. So because on the side it says comics and pop culture, I assume it's a Kickstarter. So let's see. Random packing cardboard. And then, so I thought we would just open it together and see what it is. Okay. Apparently, I must have backed this Kickstarter. Goodness. Sleeves for cards, little sleeves. So it has little. Oh, and it's a game called Pampero. It's a nature game. This is an expansion. So I must have backed like the whole kit and caboodle because I don't have it. Oh, and Rickwin says it's good cardboard for wire shelves. Yes. And also this nice giant box, I'm going to hand off to my kid because it's really thick and sturdy. And they are moving at the end of July. They can pack some dishes in there. Okay. So, wow. Okay. I must have gone nuts. I don't know how long ago. This is like kind of like the cool thing when you back board games on Kickstarter is you don't know the timeline. I mean, you have a guesstimate, but some of them take take 2 years. So you never know when you're going to get it. All right. Bubble wrap. All right. So let's see. These are 3 of the expansions. Actually, this looks like 2 of them. 2 of the same one. I wonder if that's a mistake. I don't know. And then this one says Clear Skies. When we get to the main box, let's open it. I'm just going to keep piling everything around me. Look, some more bubble wrap. Take a drink of coffee. All right. Oh, here's the list finally. Okay, so this is Pampero. And in here I should have card sleeves, a thank you letter, the game, which is Pampero, a clean energy game, with the Board Game Geek expansion, a Clear Skies expansion, the Nature expansion, and thank you tokens. Ooh. So this must be something. This bubble wrap is too big for popping. I might have to throw it down on the ground and stomp on it later. Whew. Okay, so these must be the thank you tokens because they're just little round cardboard pieces. And then there are some little, oh yeah, and then the little cards. See, these are the mini-size cards. You see they're only this big, where regular cards would be almost twice the size. Let's just put this back in this bag so it doesn't get lost. Oh yeah, so this is the thank you letter, and it's in Spanish. So, okay. Says the adventure continues. If you're reading this letter, it means that Pampero has been delivered. I have nothing but words of appreciation for your support. Okay, and then it goes on for a couple more sentences. Very nice. So we shall set this to the side. Another layer of bubble wrap because, it has that fragile label. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know. Okay. Oh, so, it's huge. Wow, look at how big it is. It's like the size of my body. This is going to give my, some of my, let's see. It's not as big as Frostbite or, Frosthaven. So there's that. And it's not as big as my giant box of Sentinels of the Multiverse. But Sentinels of the Multiverse has like, I don't know, 20 expansions in it. So it's enormous. And while heavy and big, it's not as heavy as Thunderstone Quest. But you know how I tell you guys that board game geeks got to have at least some level of fitness? Well, here's why. Man, we could do our curls here. If I need to rearrange my board game shelves, it's a full day workout. So, whew. I'm really curious now. Oh wow. Okay, so this is probably what made me back it. You can't really see because of the, and of course, I'm really into the whole clean energy thing. And on the front, it's got your windmills and stuff like that. So yeah, nice. And Rickwin says, yeah, it's going to take a strong shelf for storage. And I was like, that's no problem. I have wire shelving all over the place. We have many large, physically heavy games. I can't get the plastic off. We have some of the really nice game on Mars that's actually heavier than this and probably about the same size, as well as Kanban EV. And those are not only physically heavy, but they're also what we call heavy cardboard, which means that they're really long play, heavy thinking games. Now you might wonder, so am I going to take this to Origins Game Fair to try and get people to play it with me? And the answer is, as much as I would like to, no. Because over here to the right-hand side of me, half my living room is taken up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 totes. And then I've got some more bags. And then I've got my giant rolling toolboxes, tables, and yeah. So I believe that I have everything that I can possibly take to Origins at this point in time. Oh, there's some suction on the lid. Let's see. There we go. I don't want that to suck down into the other cardboard. Wow. I'm going to be busy getting this unpunched because it has a lot of little pieces here in the cardboard. I can't wait. Let's see. But I'm trying to get to the part where we can see some of the little pieces. I'm going to regret this after the live stream and have to clean all this up. So it comes with little trays to put your pieces in. Aha. Here we go. It has little wooden pieces in the shapes of windmills. More of these fancy wooden tokens. Oh, look, electric lines. So your transformers. And some little bulldozers. I don't know if you can see those. There's too much reflection on the plastic. So that's exciting. Oh my gosh, there is so much in here. I can't do it justice showing you. Oh, Mama Bear says she hopes my son is not moving too far away. No, literally moving 4 miles down. When they graduated, their apartment was not up for renewal, so they had to move to another apartment, but it's just really literally 4 miles down the road. So it's mostly just inconvenient. Oh, you guys, I cannot even begin to show you this. Oh my gosh. There's so much. Well, no wonder I backed it. It's glorious. Oh my. There's a whole, once I get these trays out, there's like a whole nother layer, a game tray, boards, cards, more fancy wooden tokens. I can see what sold me on it, even though I don't remember the game at all. I'm excited. I might take the rule book with me so I can uh, read up on it in my the free time I'll have at the convention. I feel like I've done something wrong putting this stuff back, but that's all right. All right, that's enough for now. So you can see this is the kind of excitement that we have in this house when we have a board game library. I would not say, oh my gosh, I probably should have maybe rethought this through because everything is on top of everything else right now. But it is what it is. So, and Rickwin says, cool. Oh, I'm thrilled beyond belief. All right, so what's next? Okay, so we're going to a convention, and I know that we all like to talk about things that we do when we're traveling or on the road or staying places for a bit. So what am I taking? I can't say that my food decisions are the best, but they're going to work out great for a busy convention where I have to be up and at 'em and hoofing it through the convention center by 7:30 in the morning. And I will be present and accounted for in our room doing stuff until about 6 o'clock in the evening. So also, everything is expensive, you guys. That there's no way I want to eat out every day. Absolutely not. So I'm going to hard boil some eggs. I had actually just wanted to buy hard boiled eggs. I know. They're not hard to make. But like the ones from Costco are real easy, and they're really nice because I can take some mayonnaise and just make myself a quick egg salad in the morning. But for whatever reason, Costco didn't have their hard-boiled eggs, and I don't want the ones from BJ's because they are not the cage-free hard-boiled eggs. They're Eggland's best hard-boiled eggs, and I don't care for those. I like the ones from Costco. So instead, I'm going to have to hard-boil my own and get those prepared and ready to go. I have some summer sausage, both a regular summer sausage, the smoked summer sausage, and a garlic summer sausage. We have pepperoni and salami. I have some Munster cheese. I have some fresh mozzarella. We have pork rinds. I have Archer meat sticks. What else? A package of pre-cooked bacon. I know, but we're traveling and it's got to be, easy. I could cook bacon in the hotel room, but no, we're talking about needing to be convenient. So a package of pre-cooked bacon and another of those trays with the little slices of cheese like for charcuterie. And so that should do me plenty. I think I should be eating rather well. I will eat out dinner. I will have lunch. I don't know, whatever. I'm going to have a meal out a couple times during the week at Barley's Brew Pub. They have some really nice smoked chicken wings there. And when you buy your food there and use a coupon from Origins Game Fair, you can get a free pint glass, and I like to collect the pint glasses from there. So that's my splurges, is those two meals. But otherwise, I'm going to stick to my egg salad and my little charcuterie in the hotel room. So, yep. And Visual Keto says she has to catch up on replay while studying. Just had 6 scrambled eggs with butter. I love extra buttery scrambled eggs. That's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. I don't know. It's so good. especially if you are fortunate enough that you get that light fluffy scramble and then you have like a lot of butter on it there, and then you give it a light salting. It's, I don't know, I love it. It's just delicious to me. So anyways, yeah, I thought about trying to buy like the sliced ham and turkey like we had for that I took to camping with me. But to be honest, I had a lot of that lunch meat left over, and we had to eat through it. And now I just don't want it. So I'm ready for the cured meats, I guess. So that is the plan. I feel. Oh, I also have a bunch of that cheddar cheese left still from that I shared on Cheese Friday. So that'll be a delicious addition. Uh, I still have some of that special olive oil and that balsamic that I had gotten the last time we were at the convention when I did the Cheese Friday in the hotel room. So that'll go with me for that mozzarella that I got. I actually think it sounds really nice for 5 days. Actually, 4 days really. I don't know, 4 to 5 days because Sunday, uh, actually, let's check out of the hotel room, and then I'll be at the convention until the very bitter end when we tear down and have to clear it all out. So I'll probably be eating like meat sticks and peanuts and stuff on Sunday, so that by the time we get home, we throw everything into the living room, and then I collapse into bed to think about it on Monday when we have to put it all away. So that's the plan. So what do you guys do when you go on trips? I'm really curious. I know, like, especially when we're thinking about like our friends, Shelly and Heath are going to be doing that cross-country trip. And I know they've talked about bringing a cooler, so they'll be doing some food prep. When you travel, do you do that? What kind of stuff do you do? Oh, I also have pork rinds, and I have some spinach artichoke dip that I will be sharing with my other staff members, and some guacamole. It's not homemade guacamole. I just can't. It doesn't stay as nice long enough. So I do have some store-bought guacamole for the convention. So I think that'll be delicious. I'm excited. I actually think it sounds like nice. And probably, actually, it sounds like perhaps more food than I actually need. So I suspect that there will be some leftovers afterwards. Uh, that is, I think that we've gone through. Man, I made a mess opening this game, and now I'm frustrated at myself. Do you do things like that where you're excited and then afterwards you realize, like, well, that wasn't my best decision making? Uh, let's see. Rickwin says when she traveled to Austin last year for KetoCon, she took sausages and pork rinds. Yep. So sounds similar. I'm really looking forward to the summer sausage. I've kind of been like wanting some for a while, but I didn't want to open one right before convention, so I'm saving it, which, I don't know that I needed to do that. So we'll see, we'll see. I'm excited. So I don't know. I think I told you some about the classes that we're teaching, and I just glanced over. You guys, I have a shelf with some board games on it and some dice against the wall back here. So earlier this week, I was extremely upset with myself because I had my dice tray that I have shown you guys before, and I couldn't find it. I tore apart my office. I was like, did I take it up there? I was like, or maybe I was getting ready to pack it and I took it to my bedroom and I tore through my dresser looking for it. I've looked all over in our storage room that has a good portion of our library. Well, I should say it has half the library because we've got half up there and then half down here in the front room. and I couldn't find it. Eventually, I had convinced myself that maybe I had already packed it in convention stuff to show some of the other educators as a potential idea for changing our dice tray for next year. And don't you know, just sitting here on the camera, I happened to glance over there, and that darn dice tray is standing up on edge on the shelf, right in plain view. I tore this house apart looking for it. Oh, and Rickwin says sometimes this summer the kitchen will be closed for the redo. So they bought paper plates and is just planning on eating out of the pantry. Could cook in the air fryer, but there's plenty to eat otherwise. Yep. Oh, there you go. This is an update. Attila and I have been talking about health, and Attila's been watching a lot of food YouTubes and listening to a lot of stuff about carnivore and impacts of eating carnivore and how it might relate to MS. And he would like to try some carnivore for a while and see how it does for him. And so, in support for a while, I might go that way as well to be supportive. But all that really means is less vegetables for me, I guess, and less products. So I went ahead and I already discontinued Keto Crate, which I'd wanted to do anyways, because honestly, it's been a pretty big disappointment. As much as I love tearing it apart, for a while, the stuff we were getting, it would be like 50-50. And then over time, just like, especially in the last few months, it's really, the products in and of themselves have gotten really disappointing. And so I'm going to try some carnivore for a while, and try, and really, not so much just that we're going to be carnivore, but that we're going to work our way towards making sure that we're eating simple whole foods with, in that carnivore universe. So we'll still have dairy. We're not the people who are like, dairy is terrible, and so if you're a carnivore, you can't eat no dairy. We're going to eat dairy. It's just, it doesn't seem to bother any of us at all in this household. It doesn't bother my kid, doesn't bother Attila, doesn't bother Jennifer, doesn't bother anybody who eats food with us. Nobody has issues with dairy. And so we're going to eat dairy because we feel that is a good quality of life for us. Let's face it, we like cheese. And so as long as it hasn't been impacting us, we're going to go for it. I mean, it is true that we're pretty bad about things like if we have protein bars, we're pretty bad about the self-control needed for that. And so they do get overindulged. And so, yeah, we think that being able to have things like a cheese sauce, being able to have, something with like burgers, I mean, because as nice as it sounds, you can't eat ribeye steaks every day. I mean, we could, but we can't afford that. So, and we're not doing it like immediately tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and, like people say like, oh, don't just ease your way into it right off like a Band-Aid, throw out everything. Okay, that's one thing if you're trying to go from your SAD diet to a full-on ketogenic diet, but we've already been keto for years. We're just a bit sloppy right now. We're going to eat what we have because we do pretty good. And then we're just going to work our way into carnivore. We'll hit our sales, we'll get ourselves some things that we enjoy, all that kind of stuff. And Hungry Heat says heavy meat has drastically helped his MS. So yeah, I think we're going to, I'm interested in seeing how it works out for us. And Visual Keto says, good for both of us, trying different things and see what works best for each of you. Yeah, and no lie, I get that I I'm probably going to be I'm the one who's probably going to struggle because I really like eating my broccolis and my salads and all of my stuff like that. But for a while, I don't think it's a problem for me. I think we'll be fine. And I'm glad to say, for all of the support that I had in my family here to go keto in the first place, uh, it's only fair that it works the other way around, right? So we'll do it. Oh, and Hungry Heath says, especially hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, okay, Hungry Heath, I hear you. Now, that is going to be a challenge for Attila, who doesn't especially enjoy a lot of eggs. Uh, we'll eat omelets and frittatas, but has never been a big one for like the hard-boiled eggs and scrambled eggs. So, egg salad, nah. Doesn't like chicken with the bone. So we'll have to be doing some things there. I think that possibly it may be a challenge and learning appreciation for some kind of foods because, like I said, as much as we might want to, it's not going to be ribeyes and porterhouses every day. We'll have to learn to enjoy the hamburger patties. Oh, Hungry Heath, I don't think Attila has had a deviled egg. Or if he did, I don't know that he really liked it. And if he's listening, he can just chime in, but he might have tuned out to his video game again. I don't know. So, and by the way, if you are people who celebrate Father's Day, I hope that you had a lovely day. So, we'll see. But you know what? Sometimes if you change the way you're eating, you might find that you like different things that you didn't like before. I know that certainly happened to me going keto, and I think it happens to a lot of people. Oh yes, Scotch eggs. I'm all about Scotch eggs. And yeah, I do think Attila likes Scotch eggs. Ooh, I'm gonna have to make us some sausage. That sounds like a good plan. Oh, thanks for the inspiration there. I appreciate that. Uh, I also look forward to hearing all of the innovative recipes. I think I'm going to have to look at Chris Cooking Natural's channel a bit more as well. A lot of his food is maybe more elaborate than I enjoy cooking. Not that I don't cook some elaborate foods myself, but you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of steps sometimes, so I'm not sure, but we'll get to it. There you go, Hungry Heath, not in favor of deviled eggs. Oh, and then Hungry Heath says he also found that the hard-boiled eggs help completely by accident. Oh, do tell. I want to hear this. In fact, you've probably said it before, but I can't remember, so I'll refresh my memory. Um, so, anyways, hey, Attila, so not in favor of deviled eggs, but Scotch eggs are a yes, right? That's the Scotch eggs are the hard-boiled eggs, but we coat them in the sausage. I mean, honestly, we could coat them in the sausage, and if you want, I could even do like a little waistband of bacon around that too, just to spruce it up for you. I'm pretty sure you've eaten and like that in the past. Oh, I'm just trying to think now. I've lost my place on what else too. At any rate, yeah, tell me your favorite carnivore recipes if you have things that you do that are carnivore that are not just I threw my meat on the grill. Not that I don't like just throwing my meat on the grill. That's one of my favorite. And Rickwin concurs. Chris Cooking Nashville has some great egg recipes. So yeah, I will say that maybe I'll come around to it. Maybe I'll try them again because after a while, sometimes, like I said, taste change. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was that day or whatever. But I didn't like those mashed potatoes from the eggs. I mean, I know it was the mashed potatoes, but I mean, it was too eggy for me. I really tasted egg, egg, egg. So, yeah. So, I don't know. But again, maybe after a while, that won't be an issue anymore, and I won't taste that. Let's see. Mama Bear says she agrees that taste preferences change once you go keto, certainly for her and even her son. They used to be so addicted to carbs, ice cream, desserts, and these days he pushes it away. That's very interesting. Yeah. I think also we've gotten a little bit of a sweet tooth going on in our household. So making some changes and adjustments might also reset that a little bit too. So that'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. And Hunger he says when you guys spent 4 months in the hotel while the house was being repaired due to the snowstorm, they were quick and easy on the buffet. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then Mama Bear Lynette says she likes the fake mashed potatoes that she makes with mashed turnips, cauliflower, and potato keto chow. I like cauliflower mash. I don't think it tastes like potato, but I really like cauliflower mash. Of course, cauliflower mash doesn't fit into carnivore, so we're just going to have to wing it. We'll figure stuff out. However, since we have cheese, I mean, that does put like an awful lot of nice nuggets and fritters on the table. I like beef nuggets. I know that sounds weird, and also I don't know. It does sound weird, but like chicken nuggets, but only using ground beef, they taste good. So that can be something of interest. I'm a little bit itchy from getting sun. Sorry, I don't mean to be weird scratching on my shoulder here. It's not sunburned, but I think it's still a little bit warm. And this is a weird thing. If you've ever noticed, if you have tattoos, sometimes when you get a lot of sun, it's like it freaks out just a little bit, and you can feel like it gets a little bit of texture on it, and it's really interesting. But yeah, so like this one gets here a little bit itchy. Oh, and Rickwin says ketogenic woman made some meat crackers here lately. Oh, that's interesting. That makes me wonder because Two Crazy Ketos and a bunch of other YouTubes and low carb recipe and keto places have made those crackers where you blend the cheese with a little bit of almond flour. That's it. That's all there is to it. But when you blend it, it makes a dough, and you roll it out and you bake it to make fake Cheez-It crackers. I wonder if you'd put in pork rinds, if it would work the same way. Mm. Oh, Mama Bear Lynette says they really like the Joe from Two Crazy Keto's recipe for chicken nuggets. She makes it into 1/3 pound chicken patties. Oh, that sounds interesting. I might try that. Um, hmm. Yeah, so there's lots of potential there to switch things up so that our food doesn't become boring. And it's like I said, a lot of times we are boring though, and I think around here because we have a real busy life schedule that just because we're busy, the repetitiveness of food just happens, and we're going to have to just deal with it. So, but yeah, like there's only so much. Like, I'm sorry, I think that's one of the things that would make carnivore unsuccessful for me is if we were eating little bowls of ground beef every single day. Not that it's not good for like 5 or 6 days, but man, if that's what we had to eat all the time, I just don't know that I could stick to it. So I don't necessarily need to be like super wild right off the bat, but yeah, that creativity is going to be needed after a while. Let's see. And Rickwin says the ketogenic woman just made hers out of ground beef, rolled out very thin, and cooked in the oven at 250 until crispy. Yeah, she does a lot of really cool carnivore stuff. Oh, that's the other thing. There's exceptions. We're not getting rid of the coffee. I know it's plant-based, but that's a no negotiation for me. And so I'm good with the keeping the coffee. That's a 100%. Uh, oh yeah, 22Q Cat says Chris Cooking Nashville has a good Cheez-Its recipe that's carnivore, and they are good. Yeah, I just saw his cracker video not that long ago. I'm gonna have to check that out. It did look good. And Hungry He says that's the other thing that helped his MS, cutting out almonds and peanuts. Has he checked to see if those affect him? Oh, I don't know, Attila. How do you feel about eating peanuts and almonds? uh, and Rickwin says, yeah, that we pick the lines we don't cross. I'll just wait for that sarcasm to go through the screen upstairs to that office. I think giving up the peanuts is going to be a hard challenge for us. I will say we also have peanuts for this convention, but we're sharing the peanuts with other people, so hopefully a lot of nuts don't come back home. We're really bad about nuts. We love nuts in this household, so that is gonna be a hard one for us in the changeover. Man, I didn't know what was going on. My watch was buzzing like crazy, but I see it's because our group is really kicked into high gear preparing, and so that's what it is. It's conversation in our chat about the convention. So, whew. I'm trying to think. Anything else I'm forgetting? I don't think so. Visual Keto says coffee and cheese are both non-negotiable. For me, they are. I don't think it's essential. The other thing that I am going to allow, and I don't know what Attila is going to do or not choose, I'm definitely going to keep my Gamer Sups, which has things that are not carnivore in it, but it has a nootropic. It also has sucralose. Now, for the most part, I'm okay with getting rid of most of the sweetener. Like, I don't have to have my liquid sucralose all the time. I can cut it out, except for I'm going to keep it in my nootropic supplements because I like it. I'm still going to have salty and the sweeteners in that, the flavored salty for my electrolytes. So, yeah, that's just going to be a thing that our exceptions are our exceptions are our exceptions. So, yeah. Oh, Tutu Cat had to give up almonds and peanuts because of oxalates. Oh, she misses her peanut butter the most, but she'll live barely. I have to wonder, when we are cycling, we have those nut butter packs with the coconut oil. Now, I know it sounds kind of gross, but Trader Joe's has individual packets of coconut oil. I don't know if I could just down just a slurp of coconut oil. I also don't know if that would make me have bathroom issues, but I wonder if that would be decent fuel. That's something to think about. If not, there's like 9 million carnivore chaffle recipes, so we can take chaffles on the bike rides. So fortunately, we've got fuel for cycling. That's fine. I'm not worried about that at all. See, Hungry He says when he was carnivore, he still drank Zevia and iced tea sweetened with stevia. There you go. And Rickwin says if it tastes sort of like coconut, it wouldn't taste bad. That's true. It does. And I will say, when people complain that they don't like coconut oil because it tastes coconutty, the Trader Joe's coconut oil tastes coconutty. I've had a bunch of coconut oils that don't have a coconut taste to them, or it's really, really slight. But the Trader Joe's one is really heavy. So it might be something to think about. And Rickwin says, don't forget about Just Jason for chaffles. He has the jalapeno one last night. Yeah, his chaffle recipes are the bomb. Man, they are. I love his channel, and it is my go-to for chaffle recipes now. They're fantastic. Okay, guys, my watch is going crazy with messages for Origins. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. I chatted for you guys almost an hour anyways. I look forward to hearing all of the exciting stuff you guys think of. Uh, Share some good chapel carnivore stuff with me. Let me know. Help us out, and we'll make sure to report back once we start the journey. I anticipate that it'll give us that we'll need like a good month or so, month and a half almost to switch over. So it's not like it's going to be overnight or anything. It's a long time coming, so no worries. All right. Good night, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.